eggplant, and I've made spicy eggplant before. I've uploaded the recipe before, but today I'm going to make it again. The only difference is today I'm not going to deep fry the eggplant. Instead, I want to steam the eggplant. And why? Because I'm doing it at home today, no more in a restaurant, and I do not want it to be too oily. I want it to be healthier. And also, for today's recipe, I will not add the minced pork as before. Instead, I will then substitute the minced pork with mushrooms and tofu. So it is a totally different recipe. It is in fact, it's a vegetarian recipe today. And I would like to share it with you today. So please join me and let's make it together. These are the eggplants that I have today. This is slightly different from the one that I normally use, which is longer, but is equally good, so not an issue. I've already measured it. It is about 750 grams over here. Let's cut it into strips. Have to remove both ends. Cut the eggplant to about 2 inches length. And then cut the eggplant to strips of about equal size. After cutting it, arrange it in a steamer. Bring a pot of water to rolling boil and then place the eggplant on top. Steam for about 50 minutes. Since now I'm steaming the eggplant, I need to wait for a while until it is done. So let's prepare other ingredients. The first ingredient is the mushroom. I'm using the dry shiitake mushroom. It is dry, so I need to soak it in water to rehydrate it. It's now already quite soft. The way I do it is to put it into hot water, and then I use something heavy to make sure that all the mushrooms are submerged, and that will make the time that is required to rehydrate the mushroom much shorter. And the second ingredient is, this is a firm tofu I use. I use firm tofu in place of the minced pork, and I'm going to cut it into small pieces too. Now I have cut the tofu into pieces and also the mushrooms, and then I have the green onion, which I already cut it into, divided into the white and also the green section. It looks like that. This is the green side, this is the white side. The white section will be used together as aromatic together with the ginger and garlic. And also I have dry chili. I've already soaked it in water, clean it, and remove the seeds. Lastly, I also prepare some Sichuan peppercorn. The Sichuan peppercorn will provide a kind of a numbing effect onto the tongue, which is quite usually added to Sichuan cuisine. And I just put it into a sieve. Just want to make sure that there's no sand and remove any unwanted debris. Okay. Okay, now let's take a look of the eggplants. To check whether it is already done, just take out one and make sure that it is already soft. Yep, it is already soft. And don't cook any more further, otherwise it will become mushy. So just leave it this way, and we're going to proceed to make the sauce now. The Yu Xiang sauce comprises of a few ingredients. This is vegetarian oyster sauce. You can use the normal oyster sauce if you do not want it to be vegetarian. It's up to you. If you use the vegetarian oyster sauce, it is not having any oyster inside, but in fact it tastes like oyster sauce, but actually it is made by using mushroom extract. And the second item that I need is this one, chili bean paste. We also call it 豆瓣酱. And also vinegar, some Chinese wine, and some sugar to balance the flavor of the vinegar. Let's start cooking by putting some oil into the pan and then add the Sichuan peppercorn into it over low heat and let the Sichuan peppercorn to infuse its flavor to the oil for a little while, about a minute, over low heat. And after that, I'm then remove the peppercorn because I do not want you to bite onto the peppercorn. I just want the flavor. It has a numbing effect on the tongue, and that's the difference of Sichuan peppercorn versus the normal black pepper or white pepper. Okay, now let me remove the peppercorn from the oil first. So this is the peppercorn that I have removed. And then I'll return the oil back to the pan. Start by sauteing the ginger and garlic. The dry chili. The white section of the scallion. Next, add the tofu. And also the mushroom. Now add the Yu Xiang sauce into it. This is a very familiar flavor. It's a typical Sichuan smell and fragrance that I always love. And I'm going to return the eggplant to the pan. Let's switch it off first. Let me show you. Now, the color of the eggplant, it is not as bright as the one that if you deep fried it. If you deep fried it in a restaurant, the color is very, very bright and vibrant. By steaming it, it will be something like that. If you want to make it very, very bright and vibrant, you have to deep fry it only for about 20 to 30 seconds in oil. The eggplant will immediately turn soft and it will retain its color. But the problem is when we cook it at home, we'll find that it's just too oily, and that's the reason why today I steam it instead of deep frying it. Okay, let me put this back to the pan. Practically, I don't really have to cook anymore because it is already soft. And lightly toss it together. Now you can see the signature bright red color of Sichuan food. Just add some green onion to garnish. And immediately we can take it out from the pan to serve. Normally I do not garnish it if I have it at home, but you can always add some scallion and some chili on top to make it look nicer. Let's give it a try. It has all the flavor of Yu Xiang, which is savory, spicy, savory, and slightly sweet. Everything, it is all combined together harmoniously. And this version is without meat, is equally good, easy to make, healthy. If you want to try this recipe, I've included in the description below the video and also at the end of this video for your reference. And I really hoped I will hear from you how it turns out after you cook it. Let me know in your comments, and I'll see you again in some other similar video soon. Bye for now.